Hello, little Ted. Lovely to see you again. Have you had a lovely couple of weeks? Can you tell me some of the adventures you've been on? Wow, sounds like you've had some lovely adventures. I've been having adventures in my garden, digging up lots of things and trying to make some beds, some places to put some lovely vegetables and fruit. Ooh, exciting, eh? So, have you got your teddy friends with you? Oh, you've chosen some great friends to join us today. That's great. We're going to sing our first song. So I'm going to put Ted down and we sing Our God is a Great Big God. Are you ready? Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God and he holds us in his hands. He's higher than a skyscraper and he's deeper than a submarine. He's wider than the universe and beyond my wildest dreams. And he's known me and he's loved me since before the world began. How wonderful to be a part of God's amazing plan. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God and he holds us in his hands. Fantastic, wonderful singing this morning. You're in great voice. Now, can you show me where your nose is? I'm going to touch Ted's nose. Is that okay, Ted? Thank you. There's my nose too. Can you show me where your ears are? Ears are tricky, aren't they? They're just here. Be careful, don't poke yourself too much. Can you show me where your knees are? I'm going to show you knees on Ted. Look there, that's where he bends. That's his knee. Sorry, Ted. And can you show me where your toes are? Bend right down low, touch your toes. And can you show me where your fingers are? Tick, 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 tick. And can you take those fingers and tickle someone's tummy? Make sure you ask first. Tick, 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 tick. God's so special, I can see. He made me so carefully. I can reach and touch my toes, touch my tummy and my nose. God's so special, I can see. He made me so carefully. From my head where my head grows, God made me down to my toes. God's so special, I can see. He made me so carefully. I can reach and touch my toes, touch my tummy and my nose. God's so special, I can see. He made me so carefully. From my head where my head grows, God made me down to my toes. Fantastic. Great job, everyone. Now, I've told you about some adventures that I've had this weekend or over the last couple of weeks, and you've told me some. But have any of you done any dancing? Oh, good dancing, Ted. Excellent dancing, in fact. Have you done any dancing? Can you show me some moves? Goodness me, great moves, everyone. Has anyone done any jumping? Oh, lovely jumping, yes. Has anyone done some cuddling? I know I've cuddled with my big children when it's been really wet and soggy outside. We've had some nice cuddles. And has anyone done some clapping? Brilliant. Clapping. Clapping for God. Clapping for God. It's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Clapping for God. Clapping for God. It's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Let's do some jumping. Are we ready? Jumping for God, jumping for God. It's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Jumping for God, jumping for God. It's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. How about some dancing? Will you dance with me, Ted? Yes. Dancing for God, dancing for God. It's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Dancing for God, dancing for God. It's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. How about some twirling? Twirling for God, twirling for God. It's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Twirling for God, twirling for God. It's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Some cuddling. A lovely cuddle with your teddy friend. Cuddling for God, cuddling for God. It's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Cuddling for God, cuddling for God. It's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Sleeping, sleeping, sleeping for God, sleeping for God. It's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Sleeping for God, sleeping for God. It's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Would you like to hear a story? You would? Fantastic. Now, we've done the first 2 lots of stories in this Bible's version of Moses' life. Can you say Moses? Fantastic. Moses was a really important person in the Old Testament, the first part of the Bible. So it's great to learn more about him. And there are more stories about his life. Do ask your grown-up about him if you're interested in finding out more. But this is the last story that we're going to find out about Moses. And it's called Let My People Go. And can you see that? Now that man is an Egyptian pharaoh, so an Egyptian king. And we're going to find out more about him. There are some actions to do if you fancy joining in with them. Moses told Pharaoh, let God's people go. So going to cross our hands and go, let God's people go. Can you do that? Fantastic. But Pharaoh wouldn't listen. Can you put your hands on your head and on your ears? He's not listening. So God sent flies. Oh, swat away those flies. And hail. Ah, we've had a bit of that recently, haven't we? Ah, hail. Hurts a bit when it hits you. And locusts. Can you hop around? Whoa, those are some big boingy locusts you've got in your house, grown-ups. Goodness me. And other bad things that made life hard for the Egyptians. Can you wipe your head? Whew, that's hard work. Finally, Pharaoh said, go. Can you point and say go? Brilliant. Whoa, very stern. So God's people left. Can you say bye-bye? Then Pharaoh changed his mind. Can you point to your brain? Yes, sometimes people do change their minds about things. He sent soldiers in chariots to stop them. Now, chariots are big vehicles pulled by horses. So can you ride a chariot? Oh, yes. But God split the Red Sea in 2. So we're going to take 1 to 2. He made a path through the middle. Very, very amazing. Can you imagine that? Walking through a massive sea. And his people got away. Can you shout, hooray? That's right, we can do louder than that. Hooray! God saved his people, which was amazing. And do you know what? Although sometimes we don't see these big, amazing things happen, like water parting for us, we can see God in the amazing little things too. So my challenge to you this week, sorry, I'm just going to take a sip of water. My challenge to you this week is to see God in the little things. So it might be that you see God in a flower and think, gosh, isn't this amazing? Or one of our children at our children's group on a Sunday morning promise said that she loves colouring in because God gave her all the colours. So have a think about where you can see God in big things as well as little things. But we'll look at the little things this week. Sometimes they're easier to spot and then they help us to see the bigger things too. Brilliant. What's that? Have you got a shaker with you? Or some of you have. Brilliant stuff. If you haven't, just shake your hands. That's fine too. Well, can you shake up high? Can you shake down low? Can you shake really fast? Can you shake really slow? And can you stop? God made my hands all shake, 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 shake. God made my hands all shake, shake, shake to praise him. Really good stopping, everyone. We're going to go a bit faster now. God made my hands all shake, 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 shake. God made my hands all shake, shake, shake to praise him. Wonderful stuff. Now, last time, we're going to go really fast. Are you ready? God made my hands all shake, 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 shake. God made my hands all shake, shake, shake to praise him. Brilliant stuff. I'm going to put our shakers down and I'm going to light our candle. So, oh dear, the match wasn't working there, was it? I'm going to light our candle. Now, if you don't have a candle with you, that's fine. Share mine. That's okay. I'll need help blowing it out later. So there's our candle lit. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask God to help us see him in small and big things, and ask him if there's anything you're worried about. Ask him to show how he's looking after you. Because sometimes, you know what, he's looking after us and we don't even realise. So we're going to ask God to help us see him looking after us, and we're also going to ask God to look after other people. Okay. Father God, we thank you. Thank you that you do big, amazing things, but you also do small, quiet things too. Pray this week that we'll be able to see you in everything, that we'll especially see you in the small, quiet moments, in the beauty around us, in the way people care for us, in the way we care for other people. This week, we're really worried about, if you say something in your head that you're really worried about, please help us to see you looking after us. Thank you that you care about the things that make us feel funny. Amen. Fantastic. Now I'd like you to have a think about someone that you think needs an extra bit of love this week. Maybe they're poorly, maybe they're really sad, maybe they're finding some of this tricky. It's funny when you can see more people, sometimes that actually feels tricky. More tricky than not being able to see people. So people might be feeling a bit, your grown-ups might be feeling a bit funny. Maybe you're feeling a bit funny. So you can pray for yourself too. Father God, we thank you so much for our friends and family that love us. We thank you that you have given them that special love to look after us and care for us. Please take extra special care of. Please surround them with your healing love. Make them feel well, help them to feel happier, help them to see how precious they are to us and to you. Amen. Amen. Are you ready to help me blow out the candle? 1, 2, 3. Well done, everyone. Thank you so much for your help. Now, grown-ups, there'll be, I'm sure, some more information about Little Teds and what happens as we go forward on this government roadmap. And the plans at church in the next few weeks. I'm just trying to figure it out at the moment. But thank you so much for your patience and for continuing to engage with these videos. It's been a real privilege to make them for you. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know that and say that we at St Edward's are praying for you because it's been a tricky old year and a bit to be a parent of a small child. So yeah, many prayers, lots of love, and do get in touch if you need anything. Finally, lovely children, thank you for letting me say that to your grown-ups. We are going to do some jumping. Are you ready? Jump, 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 jump for joy. Jump, 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 jump for joy. Jesus' joy is jumping joy. Jump, 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 jump for joy. Jump, 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 jump for joy. Jump, 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 jump for joy. Jesus' joy is jumping joy. Jump, 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 jump for joy. Last time. Jump, 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 jump for joy. Jump, 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 jump for joy. Jesus' joy is jumping joy. Jump, 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 jump for joy. Hooray! Thank you for joining us, Little Teds. Oh, I forgot to say something. If you're in York and near St Edward the Confessor Church and you fancy joining in with an initiative called Thy Kingdom Come, I'll put a link in the description box so that you can check it out. There are some family maps to collect up at church for helping you to pray through the 10 days between Ascension and Pentecost. So this is just available for this week. What week is it that we're on? I'll put the dates in the description box as well. What are dates anymore? Thank you so much for joining. But no, you can pick them up at church. That's what I meant to say. So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.